be speaking to us from project number 2 in his Competent Communicator Manual, which is to organize your speech. The title of his speech is called Proactively, and his speech is generated from the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the first of which, if you're not familiar with that book, is to be proactive. So what does it mean to be proactive? Wilfred.
Good morning, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, and family. One of the books that I've read that has had really the biggest effect on me in my life is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it's by Stephen Covey. I read that book in April of 1995. I know that because when I buy a new book, I actually write the date I bought the book in it. Now I listen to audio tapes, so there's no place to write. However, the first habit, which was really probably the most significant one, is to be proactive. What does proactive mean? Proactive simply means that you act on your own personal incentive. Well, let me just give you 10 different levels that I've identified as being proactive. I would say the very lowest level, and some of this also comes from Stephen Covey in terms of examples, is the very lowest level is wait until told. And if you think of someone who's in that situation, that would be like a newly hired stock boy. He's working on an assembly line, a box comes off the end, it falls off, and he just doesn't do anything. It's like, well, no one told me to do anything, so I'm just going to sit here and wait until someone tells me to do something. I mean, that's really a level of just pure obedience. It's like, it's almost not even obedience, because if you're not even told to do something or not told to do something, you just don't do anything. The second level is ask, and that's the situation where the box comes down down the conveyor belt, it falls off, and you go ask your boss, the box fell off, what should I do? So here you're showing a speck of incentive, because at least you reacted, even though it's a reactive thing, you reacted to what happened and you asked for what you should do. Still, it's not much of a proactive attitude. The third level would be recommend, and that's where you see the box come down the conveyor belt, and it falls off, and you go to your boss and you're like, you know what? That's the third time a box has fallen off. I recommend we do something different. Maybe we could put some rails on this thing. Maybe we could put the box a little bit more in the center. We have to do something different so this doesn't keep happening. Now, this is a level in which you start to use your intelligence, which you are being proactive, because at least you engage your own mind rather than have somebody else tell you what to do. But even within that, you're probably still following a particular process. There may be a written policy that you have to follow. You know, you look in the book, it's like what to do when the box falls off, and you follow that. Now, I like the next levels. This is a level in which you're a little bit more self-aware. Level number 4 is where you do something and you report immediately. So your boss is giving you a little bit of leeway. You know, if something happens, I want you to go ahead and react, but as soon as you do it, report immediately. Now, this may be important because if you're brand new and you do something and you don't report immediately, you could have done the wrong thing, and it could have far-reaching consequences. It could be a disaster. So your boss says, listen, I don't care if you do something, but you have to tell me right away what you did. So if it's not good, I can go back and fix it. The next level would be to do it and report, what is my word here? Report routinely. So when something happens now, your boss says, if something happens, go ahead and do it, but every hour, check in with me. So you probably can't do anything based on your history that's going to be really disastrous, that's going to cause the company to lose money, but just let me know. So at least I can go back and, you know, that's a situation where I don't think you're going to do anything drastically, but if you did do something, it may take us off course just by a little bit. But if it's only an hour has gone by, at least I have enough time to react and get us back on track. Level number 6 would be do it and don't report. In other words, you're proving your level of competence, and you can do it and don't report. I have faith in you. Usually this would be a person who's at least at a manager level. that you're hired for the reason that you're trusted. And it's like you don't have to report to anyone. You're trained, you're good, we've seen you operate, so you don't really need to report to us. And then we get up to level number 7. At this level, you're really in the creative range. This is where you suggest change. It's not something that's in the manual. You go to your boss and you say, you know what, I'm really tired of doing this job. I'm really tired of these boxes falling off. Is there any other way we can handle this? And I was thinking during the day as these boxes were falling off, maybe we don't need to put these things in boxes, right? You can come up with a completely creative idea. That's me. It's like, just come up with something outside the box. Level number 8 is where you implement some change and then you report it. You just say, hey, this is what I did differently. By the way, check it out. Bosses don't seem to like that. That's me. And level number 9 is where you change the entire process. You just completely get rid of the assembly line and you figure out a completely different way of doing things. And here you're exercising something called independent will, where it's not anything that's coming from the outside, it's in your own mind, and just went ahead and implemented it. And the highest level is really the one that, much to most of my bosses' chagrin, I like to operate at, which is create new, which is you just come in there, you look at the whole process from beginning to end, and you just completely redesign something completely new that didn't even exist. I usually am not given that level of incentive, but I usually take it. So that's really a level in which most entrepreneurs operate in. They see something, they see that cork thing, they say, you know what, I'm tired of reaching for this thing and it being so hot. I'm just going to invent something that's not hot at all. So hopefully you guys, now that you know these levels, you can begin being more proactive in your life. Thank you very much.